I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long for Vic. Going up top. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ground game here with the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Love. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Vic operating on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Hey, let's go! Paper!
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Hey, let's go! Line, 300.
the first carry for Alex Collins. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick sliding out of the pocket. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Vick on the sneak, and he will push forward and pick up the first down. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Next 24.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Second down, Vick. Forced out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, Vick. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Open man right side is Shark. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Here's Locke toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. After the run, Luck going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Vick will look to throw. Flush to his right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. Knocks him over. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a 2nd down throw for Vick. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the shotgun, it's Vic. Now he's flushed out left. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The return man is Hill. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert! Hey, turn it up, turn it up! 1, 6, 3, 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Williams to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Vic. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, Collins. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Vic now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On fourth down, it's Collins. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down, Hyde. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Traven Howard.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. And Lambo will put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Hey, 52.
Vic now from the 50. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Vick on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now running right through it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Vick steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, Vick out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Luck on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Calais Campbell on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Vick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Vick on the sneak, and able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Short gain last two plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense are saying go right ahead with those. The Ravens on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Vick. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. And again, it's Collins. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Collins, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll bump it back to a 1st and 15. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Baltimore, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Renegade.